Okay, do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
I'd make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye. Approval of the minutes of September 9th, 2025 meeting. Do I have a motion to accept that?
Make a motion for the approval of minutes from September 9th.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye. Comes to Kevin, treasury report.
So we had September 1st, we had 109,214. And 214. So in September, if you look at the report, and that's how I'm gonna actually put it in there. That our big one was big deposit was 158,240 for the 267th bridge. The RAF area is that's due to that we got that secondary road deal that we could actually apply for it. So that's pretty exciting. And then the other one was 8,000 in interest. So we're doing really good on the interest on our CDs and stuff in there. So 169,757. So in October we'll be getting here to start get the second quarter taxes and stuff in there. In there that you can see the bills. There weren't very many. Kind of big thing was contracted services. Some of that was for DRG, excuse me. In there, contract services and stuff in there. And that's other than that, we normal payroll and stuff. So 29,550. And so the ending balance was 241, 211. And then I'll have, when we talk about FEMA, I'll have more to report, because you'll see I put in our FEMA grants. I put in a separate thing in there. But we did receive some money in October.
Motion to accept the report as written.
I'd motion to accept the treasurer's report as presented.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye. Old business. Kim Circle.
I'm sorry about that.
Huh?
I misspelled circle, sorry.
Yeah. Kim Circle, we're gonna put that off, and it's getting too late in the year. We're doing on there right now, so we'll probably put out for bids next spring.
Yeah.
So that's, I guess we just kind of talked about, like talked to Postmas, and they didn't think to get a chance to put it together, and some other ones we'll probably put a bid out in the spring.
You think the spring, or you just
Well,
in January, February?
We can do whatever, but
Yeah.
for summer work,
Well,
for
but
spring work.
they would need to know, because they'd be putting the bid out for us.
You
Yeah,
probably want to put it out in the January, February timeframe just to get someone lined up.
but like Randy told me, there's no release on that. When it goes, south towards the railroad tracks, that water is just like a BMP,
Yeah, it doesn't have
a drain system to get rid of it.
it just goes.
Is there any way we can change that, or,
We'd have to look a little closer at what is in the southwest and see what can be done there. We can take a look at that though.
I mean, if you can't get rid of the water, that's why we're having so much problem there at Camp Circle. So. Any other discussion?
So you'll be able to get the bid ready by then, right, or the bid specs? Stuff on it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what you're on.
Okay, then we got 267 update. Ryan, you spoke. This is Ryan from DGR.
Yeah.
He's kind of running that ramrod net. So,
Yeah, so Townsend out there working, got the bridge completely removed, got the undercut completed for the culvert, and got all the rock and that the culvert's gonna sit on top of. So the next step is to step the culvert into the hole that he's dug. He's planning for that early next week. It's based off the availability of the crane and when he could actually get the culvert brought to the site. So hoping to get the culvert in the ground next week. He started backfilling and rebuilding after that. So at the rate he's going, I'd probably say another month or so. until it's-
Wasn't he supposed to be done like the end of October or something?
I think, November 4th is his 35-day window. And the completion date was either December, a substantial completion date was either December 15th or December
Okay, I was thinking
30th. So his 35-day window that we gave him, I don't foresee him making, considering how he's gonna start putting the culvert in early next week. So then he'd be in the area for liquidated damages at that point.
What is the anticipated closing? I gotta update the website then.
I would say at least another month of it being closed.
Okay. Okay.
Any questions, Russ? Changed you real close. So,
No, I don't have any questions.
anybody else? Comments?
If anyone from the board wants to be out there, do a progress meeting, we can. Otherwise, I can just come back to the next meeting, give you guys updates then, whatever your preference is for its meetings.
Probably next meeting, we'll find out. We should be pretty close.
2
We
weeks.
should
Should
be,
be,
it should be. this-
should be.
Yeah, first part of November, second Tuesday.
Yeah.
November 11th.
November 11th, yeah.
Okay,
And you've been watching it pretty close.
Yep, so we've got Lance, our observer, he's gone out there about every other day, gets a call from him pretty often. Trying to keep an eye on best we can. Other updates with that, I just remembered to throw in there. They did relocate the water line that was crossing under there. Minnehaha County Rural Water just thought, let's just get it out of the way, get it deep. They were able to put that, I think, 10 feet below the flow line there, didn't hit rock. And then Alliance Communications on the south side was mismarked when they went to go field locate it. And so when Tom went to go put his well in, he put it right through their communication line. So Alliance came out and bored in a new line, and they're about 15 feet deep there. So all the utilities have been,
it'll be bothered again then.
it should not be in there at all.
We've got rural water lines in the right away, right?
Correct, in the north side.
So many feet from the center road.
Yeah.
They bored that, didn't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
They boarded then.
Got it.
And so it's new and live and active now.
Any other discussion? Okay. Kevin, FEMA payment.
Okay, so FEMA for our 24, for our reimbursements through FEMA and the state. It's complete on that portion and stuff in there. It isn't on the federal assist, this is not the federal assist roads, this is the, all the other things that we had going on. So I put a spreadsheet out there and this should be in front of your supervisors there. You know, the gravel and stuff in there, we had 33, 7, 25, 52. And then to the right there, it shows what we received from FEMA and the state, 30,352.97. You see the state give us, two different things. They sent me the money and then I said, hey, wait a second. Your percentages aren't right. And I said, oh yeah, they are. And I go, oh, no, they're not. You're 5% off. And so they went back and looked and they said, oh yeah, you're right. You're right. So that's what that 1,600 stuff in there, that type of deal. It depends on what type of federal disaster it is, and what percentages that we get and stuff in there. You know, so it's supposed to be 15% there. So the next time they did knew that it was right. So when our initial debris bid, we got 31, 310.50, and that was kind of the estimate and stuff in there before we got the actual bids is. And so we did receive the two federal and state portion of that. And then the bid was 72,670. And so the difference was 41,359.50. And that's what we just got here. I just got here this October. And so we got 629 and 6,385.50. So after it was all said and done, that was the bid, but we actually did wattle because of the time of the year and stuff in there. And so I did the justification and we actually they paid us for the wattle and stuff in there. And so, we did that. And then the last portion was the managerial cost, work on it. That's a percentage and stuff in there. And then, it was 48,550, or 48,50.46. And so that's all 100%, through the federal and stuff in there. So the disaster and all the bills that we put in were 112,556.48. It was 101, 695.88 that we got. Okay. Okay. So they're all going to they're in reimbursements from are in First National Bank. They don't show in this treasurer's report. They'll show in the next one. And then in the next one, it'll be 101, 695. So if you look at the treasurer's report, that's for September. It had 58,000. So it had the other ones that came in, but the final portion just came in there. So that's my notes there. I said the 101 will show on the October through December treasurer's report. Okay. And then so I have on there, the only thing that we haven't paid out is the managerial cost. So that's a salary. Most of it's going to be the salary to me. And so I do want it in the minutes here sometime that, what for me to pay out my cost or whatever in there. So I wasn't, this was a running total and stuff in there. So like I said, I didn't, it's a percentage of what it is as what we're capped at. So as long as I was keeping track of mine and actually some of it is yours, like when they talk about being at this meeting, I can put that in as managerial costs. But as long as I got over 5%, then I wasn't worried with the time and stuff in there. But I would like that completed and then I'll put this to rest and I will be very glad I'll have a drink on that. Because it's been a long road, especially on that debris removal.
Done all work on
Yeah.
Good job.
But, you look at the 101, that, it costs us, you got 112 by 500 basically in the cost, after it's all said and done, we only had 10,760. And like I said, I was really pleased that I had to do a lot of paperwork before they get the wattle and, the debris removal, why the bid was way more than, the original estimates and stuff like that. But we all got it. So
What's the kind of the wattle referred to?
slow down. It's a round deal we put in the ditch
Oh.
across it to slow it down the water.
it's a struck. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we did that. And then especially when we got to, over there by, 264th, where we put some of the excess over there. At first they put it on the wrong side. And then, you got a call that, hey, it's gonna go down the hill. Yep. The bill was put on the wrong spot because all those had to be GPS put, wherever we put any of the debris had to be GPS put on there. So yeah, I said, yeah, we're definitely, otherwise we're gonna get in trouble with the federal, but then we had to put wattle there. And so it's fairly easy to justify only about 10 paragraphs, and if you justify it to the federal that, hey, we added wattle.
We put quite a few on Maple.
Yeah.
I just heard different terms for that.
Yeah, and the contractor that we had was pretty nice. He didn't charge us for some of the wattle either. And he said right away, he said that, he's, weathered December and stuff, and we need the wattle, but I was impressed that we give him the go ahead, but he did not charge us for only, a couple thousand of it. And we got that, most of that into it.
So is there anything coming from the state now?
Well, I've been contacting them as for the federal assist roads. We put the paperwork in.
Yeah.
In there, but every time I talk to them, I've got nowhere so far, but I got that on my agenda. Once I get this done, then I'll start
Yeah.
pounding that point of contact.
Okay.
That was, both of those were smaller numbers compared to this because, we had kind of only figured about, between 20 and 40 and stuff in there. So the question is, in there, but there's also too, is that there's managerial, that some of the managerial costs went to, shifted for that. And so I need to get them to tell me what it is. We signed the paperwork here, you guys signed it. But, they said they're easier than FEMA, but I don't know what they need.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully we can, I'll pursue that here once I was gonna send emails this week, but I did not.
So we want it. So on motion on the, or then.
Yeah, I would like you to, just to say that, pay myself my manager costs and what it is. I don't like to, like I said, especially since it's mine, I really kind of want it in writing, that, type of deal.
And the costs are, you have a number on that? Or?
Well, I've probably got a 120 hours in it, probably. Even a little bit more than that, considering the federal, if you do, I have more than that considering the federal assist, but, so. The pretense is that, that we have it in the annual meeting, $40 an hour. But if the pretense is that it's same price as what we pay everybody else, the $35, and then plus you got the benefits. So then it's not gonna be it's be $40 overall, but it's just gonna be 35 plus the benefits portion of the Social Security and Medicare and Social Security wages and stuff in there.
Motion to pay them $35 an hour, or 35 or 40?
35, and then, like I said, you have 35 plus, you have the government, or our share of the, when I put it in the reimbursement for FEMA, I put it in for 40, but knowing that that's the overall cost, it's $35 plus, you got like I said, 6.2%. Of other costs,
That's what we need for a motion on.
That's what.
Yeah, I want a motion for myself because I don't want to pay myself some,
The board behind it.
that all of a sudden somebody says, hey, this guy is just doing it to make money on.
Kevin, with the motion, we just put to pay Kevin $35 an hour
$35 per hour,
to cover managerial expense.
to cover all my salary.
That would be good, right? Yeah, it's tied to this, right? The amendment funds.
Yeah.
I'd make that motion, Rich.
Okay.
$35 per hour for managerial costs.
Okay, do I have a second?
One second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay. Any questions from out there?
A lot of nice work.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a lot cheaper for me to do it than they have people that'll actually do it, but they usually take like 10%. But they wouldn't have gotten near as much as like I said, I could argue up.
Yeah.
I'm used to arguing out some of it. But it wasn't fun, I will tell you, this one was, the last one was a lot easier than we did. This one wasn't.
Yeah.
A lot more of that. Like I said, with the tobacco, with the debris bed just killed me in time life.
Okay, moving on, no new business. Elected officials updates.
I got a letter in the mail just for everybody's viewing without a return address or a signature on my letter.
Thank you.
And, I thought, yeah, I thought if somebody watching sent this, there's a lot of questions inside this letter. And a lot of misinterpretations about their gravel on the township. And when Maple Street gets, changed to a blacktop street, and they gave us advice to work with the Madison and Rice Street, which aren't ours. So whoever wrote it, Smith, we got a little bit of explaining that needs to be done for them. And whoever it is, they're probably of our age or older because they recall Maple as roller coaster hills in the 50s and the 60s. So that's part of the letter. So if anybody's watching, you know, we'd be more than happy to explain your letter to you, but we don't know who you are. So that's what I got. Thank you.
Mark, you got anything?
Not really, I guess.
Sam, you got anything?
I do not know.
Well, I got several things. We met with the county today. We'll start over on Maple, the bridge by Maple and the park, east towards the school. Well, we don't really know whose blacktop it is, but the county's gonna go in there and there's about a 4-inch drop coming off that bridge. They're gonna come in and go ahead and smooth that out. So they agreed to do that, but we gotta take the trees out of the ditch and mow the ditch, so the boys will be doing that tomorrow. So that is still the townships. Although it's blacktop to the east end of that bridge, the township still runs up to the last entrance into the park, into the state park for camping. So,
On both sides or just the south side?
both sides.
So can we sue this city of Brandon for paving it or not?
Well,
We got our lawyer here.
I think I have a
Yeah. I did talk to, Jacob about what happens if the blacktop gets a frost boil in it or anything like that. I said, well, we don't have the money to go ahead and blacktop. So we'll probably mill it down and make it back to gravel. And he was all right with it. Which you can kind of see why, because they redo that street, they're gonna be all redone anyway. You know, when they put the new bridge in there and whatever year that's gonna be. So there's where that's at.
Well, yeah, the bad part is that we haven't done any, since I've been on the board, with the board,
Yeah,
that was always considered not ours, so we have, there's a bunch of trees and,
yeah. And the boys said they can get them, they'll take them out tomorrow,
okay,
the trees tomorrow, and then they'll mow it after that.
then they just strip it right in the ditch.
Right, right.
Hopefully we don't get any complaints.
Okay, then the other deal is Arrowhead Park is gonna have 2 lanes through, one east, one west. The projection is the 25th of November. I heard that from the city, the boys down there, planners and so on. So hopefully then we can open up the rod hikes, you know. So let the people use it again for the winter, and then we'll be right back to it again next spring.
Will they close it again next spring?
Yes. Yes,
When they all,
November 25th.
I've seen blacktop going down right now.
Yeah, so I mean, it might be, that's tentatively, you know,
Yep.
if they get it all open earlier.
Yeah.
You know, let it happen. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, then we gotta send some messages out. One to people that live on the northeast corner of 6 Mile Road and Maple. About driving a 4-wheeler in the ditch, tearing it all up. We gotta have vegetation in it. Oh, we got nothing but a road.
Yeah, they drive on our lot.
Yeah. And Marv, do you want to do that one?
yeah,
4101 East 41st Street? Letter there for the driveway approach.
yeah, they give some We go landscape,
landscaping,
Yeah.
yeah.
landscape, township right away. Yeah, I did get permission from the township.
Is that the one with the sign?
No,
No.
no, this is further down. This is, Brad Dyer's.
Okay.
It's further down.
41 or 81? 84. 84, you mean? East 41st Street?
He's 40,
Not 44, it'd be 84 or more.
4101.
Yeah, it would be way west of that. I'm 8300,
Oh, I don't know.
94.
94 maybe.
9401
What street?
and 41st. It's right on that road.
It'd be West 41st, right?
Yeah,
401 west. Yeah, it's west, isn't it? West 41st.
East.
East 41st. East 41st. Oh, excuse me, yep, you're right.
But what was that about landscaping?
They did landscaping on the driveway approach on both sides of it. So it's all, the ditch is full of rocks and
We just don't want the township line.
Yeah,
Pieces of accident.
so
They,
Grant's office will send a letter telling them to clean it up.
well, no, they just
No.
have to give permission to township,
Oh,
take the liability.
away from you guys, okay?
They want to set the top of the liability.
Yeah.
In case somebody gets hurt. We don't
Yeah.
want the township to be liable for what they did.
Right. Okay.
another thing I'd like to see, is next spring when we do the aggregate bid, is get a little more aggregate in the gravel. We got plenty of clay, but when it gets wet, it gets greasy.
Mhm.
So
I agree.
we'll have to change the bid just a little bit. I don't know how we can do that.
Yeah, we have to do that, because when they went on 41st Street, I went on 41st Street after they graded and rained.
Yeah.
I had a heck of a time getting that gravel off my car. There's a lot of other people around there to complain, but,
So we just have to make sure we get
yeah,
that.
I don't know the complete answer, but yeah, it was slime.
So when we put the bid out, that should be updated in the bid that we put out, right?
Yeah, I wish, like, when we go to the meeting, the state meeting and stuff, talk about gravel bids again too.
State bids and all this stuff.
We're not the bid. Okay.
Cause I went to drive through the car wash and it didn't even phase. That was so sicky.
I guess other than that, that's all I have.
Okay, the couple things is that we have the early bird for that state convention, the 4th and 5th is, in Huron this year. It's in Huron, the 4th and 5th of December. It's coming up. The early bird is, to get into the drawings and stuff in there is 15 November. I did put, it in there in our unpaid bills, so it's Marvin, Richard and me are planning on going. And then I did the hotel rooms for me and Rich, but I did not do it for Marvin yet. I'll talk to him and get that done, add on there. I did get a call from the city, or not a call, I got through a few emails about that Len Drive, in Bruggeman. They was asking me about with the name of it, and I said that we didn't really have an opinion, and I said that since you guys had it as a 6 mile circle, that basically that we're okay with that. And they come back and said, nope, they had it a 6 mile road yet, but they said that 1101 South 6 Mile Road, that address, was wanting the petitioning to be annexed into the Sioux Falls. So they wanted that road to be annexed into the Sioux Falls. And so that they were trying to figure out the name, and I said I would just talk to you about it and stuff, but I'm assuming we don't really care what the name is. We talked about Lynn, and we said, hey, the city had it a 6 mile road. Right, so, okay, I was just making sure that, I didn't, miss anything on that, but he'd been emailing me back on there. Okay, and I think that's,
Just for my curiosity, how's that work? But you annex one, you take one parcel into the city?
Yeah, you can. The main requirement is that they're contiguous. So you can't jump over parcels, but as long as they touch an already annexed parcel.
There wouldn't be.
Because I said that I would probably write in and stuff that we don't want to lose the bars in the county or whatever. I'd be concerned about that because we do get alcohol reversion money for that, so.
Well, like I said, I don't think that Justin Johnson will want to give up his county liquor
Yeah,
license either.
Yeah, but that's what, you know,
So that's county.
Yeah, of course, I don't know anything about the properties we're talking about, since it's always program. But generally, that's one of the requirements, but anybody who owns land that meets the basic requirements, if you want to be annexed, something the process through the city.
But it's gotta be adjoining property to
Yeah.
some state, from city property already.
Mhm.
this was interesting to me on this one here, when I talked to them the last time, the county said that the city does all the naming, and stuff in there, and then this guy, this Chris Anderson was saying that basically about putting up signs, and they said township don't put up street signs, either. So that's through either county or city, so then he was emailing back, so there is a little bit of confusion on that, but he said that I got it right here that he's looking, he says it's 1101 South 6 Mile, and I was gonna drive over there and I forgot about it. But which one of those properties it is that petition to be annexed. So property taxes wise, I don't know why they would want to. I don't understand that one.
Anything else?
No, I think that was,
I got one more thing. Me and Kevin have been dealing with stuff. We pick up all the ditches and we haul to the landfill. Now, the landfill will waive charges on MSW, which is material that wood and garbage, but they won't do it on mattresses and tires. Mattresses and tires, they won't do it because they have to pay to get rid of them. So I guess I can kind of understand that if they gotta pay the bill, we should have to pay that bill, but at least whatever garbage we pick up, we can take it out and get rid of it.
this is where I disagree, that I said that it's really not our trash. And that's the county in there, so like when we have the mini haha meeting, and we have the county commissioners there, I'm gonna say, I don't understand why. Because it costs the city to bill us. And this time it was $83.50, but.
So it wasn't.
Yeah, it was $83.50. But because we had 60 some, we've had about 3 different times that we went there
With tires?
with tires and mattresses.
Really?
So they waived, yes, they waived the others, but and like I said, I can understand if it's our waste, but it's not. I understand they do get charged, but.
Yeah.
You're doing a lot of paperwork just to
I know.
get, $20, $30, a time out of us. But I do, like I said, I understand they get charged to do tires, but why would you push it down to the lowest level of government?
Yeah.
But it's on there, we're gonna pay it.
And the passes are still good, right?
Yes.
Still the first of the year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do they give the Split Rock Township a pass?
Yeah.
Or do you have?
You gotta have a driver's license, so.
Oh, that's right.
Troy might be able to do it from Brandon, but I don't know about Split Rock.
Right. Okay. Yeah, it's still good for December.
But do they take tire? I don't even know. They take tires?
Yeah, they do. They take, like, 4, right? Wasn't them 4 tires and
Oh, I know.
appliances?
I don't.
Well, that'd be another argument. You're charging the township, but
You let people go for that, but keeps them out of the ditch,
yeah, but
hopefully.
yeah, you're hoping that you're gonna get them out of the ditch. Okay.
Okay.
No report.
Okay. Now we go to public comment. Anybody want to start out? Russ?
So, that intersection of 267 and 483rd, it's been talked about in the last 10 years, cutting that down and changing the sight lines. If that were to happen, is that the county's deal? Or the county and the township? That's a county road, 483,
Oh, that one coming straight to the south there? Yeah,
the one just east of Rowena,
yeah.
the north-south, the 483 is an oil road, so kind of where I'm going with this. And I'm kind of ahead of myself, but I'm kind of not. This has to do with what they do with Highway 42 and 267, the state of South Dakota with this new highway in 3 years. And the reason I bring the question up tonight, I know what they want to do. They want to create a new road and throw people like me out onto that new highway. And I came home on that highway last night, my combine. I don't like that. And kind of where I'm going with this, and I'm maybe a little ahead of myself. So back to the question, whose expense is it if we're going to talk about changing this? That's kind of where I'm coming from. It's easier for me and some of my peer group and neighbors to go north at 483 versus if we go north on 482, then we're into all the Kim Circle stuff, that traffic. So I guess the only question I'm asking is that a county expense? If they're gonna change, and the reason I drag this up, it all has to do with what they're gonna do in the next 3 years with that new highway.
You're talking the elevation there with the blacktop, come over top of the hill and you're right there at that intersection.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That wouldn't be, I wouldn't think that'd be ours. But it's a county road.
Yeah, if it's a county road, it should not be a township.
But a lot of times, the line of sight is a state issue.
Well,
So
that's
they
all I
make-
kinda need. to
yeah,
know.
so it's either gonna be county or state
I'm-
that's gonna
I'm
bore
a
that
little ahead of
cost.
myself, but there you go. See, so the state gets drug into it too, which is just, there's where I wanted to go. So,
Because the
but no,
state, I know the state has actually talked about because of the line of sight, the line of sight there in 267. And so they've been drug into it already, so I'm assuming if they're gonna change it, the state would be involved,
got it.
type of deal.
That's all I got. I just, and, yeah. I know, sad. Okay, go ahead.
And that, you got anything to say?
Put George on the 9th, in the next meeting. George
Okay.
Street.
What we decided to do there, if you've seen the signs, it's that entrance down there is just for emergency vehicles
I'm not
only.
gonna discuss it tonight. We don't need to discuss it tonight because this is the meetings. But we'll discuss it at the next meeting.
It's being discussed now. It's just emergency vehicles, all that entrance is for. The Parks Department even told me that. That's the reason that entrance is on there.
We're gonna discuss that George Street goes back to the original design.
We're not gonna reshape that whole thing.
Yes, we are. That's why I said we'll discuss it then.
We're discussing it now.
All right, then it's going back to its original design and it's also getting paved. So that is never comes up again.
Okay. This is what we decided to do.
Yeah, I just heard you earlier tonight say that we don't want to make the township, when I first came in here, you were talking about something about, we don't want to do something that makes the township liable. Well, there have been 2 accidents that have happened on George Street this summer.
Yeah. I
To
haven't
go
heard
with
about it,
all the other accidents that have happened on George Street. And yes, George Street has had a lot of accidents. Yes, everything that I've brought in here and spoken has been the truth, including the lake across the street with my neighbor. That's where it was. And I've got witnesses that can prove that, and I can go back to all of that. What I've been waiting for through all these years, coming into the township, what my mother brought into the township, my father, was that from the get-go, this should have never happened. That road was designed wrong from the get-go. And what you made people drive there was wrong. It was never legal. I don't want to bring you people into a courtroom. Get that through your heads.
We're not.
Because if I have to bring you into a courtroom, especially in the climate of today, under the Constitution, you guys will be in trouble. You guys are older people. You don't need to be in trouble with the court system.
No. It is what it is now. I mean, we don't have any drainage problems over there. We don't have any problems over there.
Over
We
there.
got accidents all over the,
Listen to the problems that have been on George Street.
Can you stop yelling at them?
All right. You haven't lived it.
I have what? Lived?
You haven't lived on George Street not one day.
Oh, I have not.
So you don't even know what the problems are
I lived
that you have
inside town all my
created.
life.
that you have created on that street. And on top of it, putting the no parking signs on that street after all these years. Every time you people show up on that street, you bring trouble. My next door neighbor, one of my next door neighbors, she's been living on that street since the 90s. She's not only a mother, a grandmother, a great grandmother, she's a great great grandmother. And you're telling her family they can't park on that street? And they're not the only ones that have parties on that street. You put that sign up because of what sits in front of my house. And nobody parks on that dike you put in front of my house.
It's like to see a lot of people from flooding out.
Bullshit.
Okay. You got 5 minutes and that's,
That's it. Okay, we'll see you at the next meeting on George Street. I'm trying to keep you
as
guys
you
out
went,
of
got
court.
5 minutes in too. So. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Here's the bills we have for this month. Price Law Firms, $4,261.86. City of Sioux Falls, $83.50. DGR Engineering, $9,685. Equipment Blades, $5,000. LG Everest for gravel, $485. Lyle Signs Incorporated, $1,989.81. Midwest Oil, $1,631.65. Postman Excavating, $7,133.50. Running Supply, $117. South Dakota Association of Towns and Township, $155. Split Rock Volunteer Fire Department, $40,000, second half of the annual subsidy for parking lot project. And Virgil for $120 for the web host service. For a grand total of $70,712.99. Do I have a motion to accept pay the bills as read?
I'll make a motion to
I would
pay the
second-
bills.
I second it.
Okay, we had a motion and seconded. Pay the bills. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Bills are paid. Okay, we don't need to go in executive session. I have a motion to adjourn the meeting. Second. Moved and seconded. Meeting is adjourned. Next meeting will be November 11th at 7:30 PM.